Okay, so how you guys doing? Great. You know what? Y'all sound like y'all don't want to be here. I'm gonna try that again. How you guys doing?
Good.
Great, that sounds better. My name is Billy Thompson. I am retired from the City of Houston Fire Department. I retired in 1999. Been a long time ago. Gonna share just a little bit of that with you. Uh, Whenever I did get accepted in the Houston Fire Department, being the rookie at the fire station, they made me do all the classes. And this one particular time, we had this one community that was having nothing but electrical fires in their home. So they asked us to come over and give them a class and talk to them. Me being the rookie, they asked me to give the class. So I mean, I was excited about giving the class. I just come out of the fire school and I knew all of this cool stuff, and I couldn't wait to tell everybody. So anyway, we shows up and they got about 30, 40 people sitting out there, and they put me at the head of the class and I started talking to them. And I'm telling them all this really cool stuff that I know that I've learned. And I'm thinking they would be impressed, but this little old lady in the back, I mean, just the cutest little old lady you ever did see. She stood up and she says, "Baby boy, you sure sound like you know what you doing, but I have no idea what you're talking about." I mean, I felt like this small, all of that cool stuff that I knew, that I thought was going to impress those people, was a waste of time. And that's what I learned, that people are not interested in how smart you are. They are interested in protecting their homes and more so protecting their families. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk a little bit about fire safety, about home safety, but we're gonna talk about the things that you guys already know. Okay? We're not gonna bring up anything you don't know. But first, we do have to do the paperwork part of this class. Ella, if you pass all this stuff out for me, please. Just the fire triangle.
Okay.
Just put it and let them pass it down. This would be the academic part of it. We're gonna do this.
One per family.
We're gonna dump it, and then we're gonna have some fun. So once you guys get that and start looking at it, then we'll start talking a bit about it. Okay, why don't we do this while that's coming around? We want to start right here, and I want you guys to tell me your name, and we're gonna go all the way around. And here's the deal about that: even though you're gonna tell me your name, I will forget it, except for two groups in here. This family and that young lady over there. I know those two, so I won't forget their names. But start right here, ma'am. What's your name? Miam.
Ana, my name is Ana Garcia.
Okay.
Cynthia,
Amanda.
Amanda.
Michelle,
Michelle.
Rosenda.
And I know Mr. and Mrs. Cateras.
Roy.
Jasmine.
Misha.
Marie.
Marie.
Bree.
Say it out loud anyway.
Kristen.
Kristen.
Colby.
Colby.
Casey.
Casey.
Royce.
Okay, great. Now, you know what? I forgot all the names already except for that one, this one right here because that's last. Okay, pick up your paper. All right, we see it at the very top. It says fire chemistry. What we're gonna do, we're gonna read through this, and I'll read it, and you guys can follow me. And the only reason this is important is because fire can only start if you have three elements, and which cause a chain reaction, which is fuel, oxygen, and heat. Okay, now if I start at the very top, it says fire requires three elements to exist. Heat is required to elevate the temperature of a material to its ignition point. Now, you guys, the heat, which is the stove, we'll talk about that a little bit later. Fuel. The fuel for a fire may be solid, liquid, or gas. The type and quantity of the fuel will determine which method should be used to extinguish the fire. Okay, fuel is what you're cooking on the stove. Could be beef, could be chicken. That would be the fuel, or either the grease or shortening in the skillet. Okay, oxygen. I won't read that. We all know what that is. All right, now flip it over on the back. There's like 4 classes of fires. We won't worry, but just 3 of them. Class A, Class B, Class C. Ordinary combustibles such as paper, cloth, wood, rubber, and many plastics. Okay, I'm tired already reading this. You guys can, if you guys think it's necessary, fine. But guys, I'm going to tell you something. That's just part of the class. It is not necessary as far as I'm concerned. Now, one of the things about living in Texas, we all from the South, right? Now, if we can buy it, catch it, grow it, we fry it. Is that right? Come on, guys. I mean, how many people in here don't fry? Now, here's the deal about frying. When we do fry, what do?
You always sit up the.
Yeah, we said to God, that make a heck of a noise on it. Let's try it again. I mean, and what do? We find a way to pull this sucker open, and we take the battery out so that we don't make this, come on now, heck of a noise while we cooking. Now here's the problem about taking it out, is we forget to put it back in. And then we don't have a smoke alarm. I want to show you guys something. Are you following me? You know what? The downside to doing that is that we can't really have a good time. And see, sitting here doing this, and I know you guys rather be somewhere else, you want to have some fun. Gloves. Now, see, all you guys get potholes. I promise you. And you see this? And this means these are being used. To me, this is a lot better than a pothole, and I'll show you why in a little bit. Now, most of you guys, how many of you guys cook on gas stoves? Nobody? All you guys electric?
Yes.
Cocina con gas?
Golly.
¿Quién cocina con gas?
Now, I'm old school. Y'all cook, she cook on. We finally got a good cook. Tell her what I said. We finally got a good cook.
Dice que encontró
Alguien que cocina
alguien que
bien.
cocina bien con gas. Está preguntando que quién cocina con gas.
Yeah.
Dice que casi nadie, que todos yo creo que cocinan con eléctrico.
Yeah, you have more fires with gas. You do have some electric fires. We're going to talk a little bit about this, and we're going to talk about why we need it and why this is important. Now, if we cooking, in this skillet is our fuel, right? Well, this is a pan, not a skillet. Now, what happens is that we leave it unattended or whatever, and it catches a fire. This right here is all you guys need. If you need something bigger than this, you need to be calling the fire department. $14 at Home Depot. You guys all need to get one. That's all you need. All you do is pull this out. Now, here's the problem is that when you buy these, everybody want to test them, and you pull it out, you mash it, and once you do that, you might as well chunk it because you used your pressure. So this is all you need. Now, this tells you to stand back 6 foot from the fire. Come on, guys. I mean, you know, by the time we get there, you done lost your power. So the biggest deal is standing close and moving it from side to side, trying to hit the base of the fire. Now, what's even better than that is to grab your glove, because I'm gonna tell you something. When you walk in the kitchen and this thing is like on fire, your heart rate just goes up. The best thing to do is put this on. And what does that do? It separates the fuel from the oxygen and extinguish the fire. Now, here's the downside. And that's why I say that those gloves are important. Now, I don't know if you guys will be able to see this from where you're sitting. What we got here is a 1st degree, 2nd degree, and a 3rd degree burn. Now, even though it says 1st degree, I tell you that is painful, because by the time you get to 3rd degree, it's done burnt your nerves, so it's not feeling really as bad as it would here. Now, in the old school days, they tell you to slap a little butter on that burn and be done with it. Nope, you don't do that. all that's gonna do is make it cook, and they're gonna scrape it off when you get to the hospital. And that's what happened when you grab this, and once you grab it, you find out it's hot, and you drop it, and the grease splatters on you, right? Now here's this is a real picture right here of the hand. I don't know if you guys can see that, but those are pretty much second-degree burns on that hand. Now, anything we talk about, guys, if you guys seriously want to go back and talk about it a little bit, we can, because it's important that you actually understand where we're going with this. Again, my whole point is to talk about stuff you guys already know. This whole class is to remind you of the things that you've known your whole life. We're not talking about anything new. See, that's the whole problem about this. We all always figured that we're going to see this on Channel 2. It's going to be someone else. But it's not always someone else. Tragedy can hit any of us at any time. So please, please, please don't be shy about asking any questions or want to have a discussion about anything we talk about or anything we don't talk about. Now, storage. Now we're gonna jump all over the place here a little bit, and so we can slow down. So most of us in that brand new house you guys getting, now this right here is Drano, and I just use this one as an example, and this is Clorox, and I guess probably Ajax would have been a good example also. Cleaning items, this is huge in the household, create a whole lot of problems. You guys have to be very, very careful about mixing chemicals and mostly cleaning items. Now, I'm going to pass out to you some things later on, and it's going to help you with instructing you what you would do if you had a problem where you in your bathroom or kitchen and you mix chemicals, you clean with Clorox, and then come back and put Ajax or something in there. It creates fumes which will make you dizzy and you might possibly pass out. So anyway, please. Now this right here is what I think is really cool. How many of you guys use these? Come on now. Okay. Now, so how many of you guys have one of these? Come on, guys. I mean, you got a TV, a stereo, a telephone. Yeah. I mean, but here's the deal: is that why would they have all of these connectors if you couldn't plug a bunch of plugs in that rascal, huh? They wouldn't have made it like that if you couldn't do it. But guys, I promise you, I'm gonna pass this around. Now this come out of my house. Now pass this around, would you?
Pásalo.
Pass that around. And my wife would tell you these things right here. After about 2 years, they are not any good at all. And so please, if you plugging those things in, you got eight items plugged into it. Simply because the plugs is there, that don't mean that you can do it. What's going to happen is just what happened to that one right there, because you're going to overload it. This thing right here is pretty much worthless. If you guys going to use a electric car, let's use a round one. And I'm going to show you guys something else. This heater right here, if you're going to use a space heater, it goes directly into the plug. You can't put an extension on it, because what's going to happen, that extension is going to burn. And with this, look at this light right here. And see, we got this overloaded. And that's the whole idea, is to show you that there's no way that you can do this and not overload your sockets. I'm gonna pull some of this stuff out. And see, and that makes a whole difference there about the stuff you use. You see that? What happened was it was overloaded. And still, it's pulling a lot of juice from there. See? And they'll tell you if your lights is dimming, you have an overload somewhere. And what happened down here is that we put this in here and had all of this in here. And that's just not a good thing. See? Even more so. See, if it wasn't for the lights, you wouldn't realize that you was overloading your circuits here. Now the good thing about it is that it does have a breaker there. Now, how many of you guys have small kids? Okay, how old is yours?
6, 9, and 12. 6, and 4.
And your baby is?
She's 6 and 7.
Yeah, so none of you guys have any toddlers.
I have a 4-year-old.
Oh, okay. And you have, well, see, okay, we're gonna have to talk. You see this cool thing right here? I mean, why would you stick this in plug that in there, sweetheart?
It's just still work. It's old. It lights a little bit.
And you know what that does when you put that? It tells your baby come mess with it. I mean, why would they even sell that? And you put it in your baby's room. Your baby goes right to that and plays over there. And here's the bad thing. HL&P gives this one out. It covers up the plug, but it also tells your baby to come and get it. If you're gonna cover a plug up, if you have a baby, use this right here. They tell you that they have these new plugs built where if you stick a pin in one side, as babies used to do, it won't hurt your baby. But I promise you, I think it's great when they tell you that a certain thing works a certain way in UL laboratory, on the writer's laboratory, but in your home, when it comes to your family, it's a whole different story. Okay, all right, Ella, pass me those other pass outs behind there, please. Now I'm going to pass out some of these, and this is especially good for you all that have small kids. If you don't have a small child, I guess you can either share it. Now, if you look at the very bottom down here, 1-800-222-1222, that would be the poison control line. That phone number should be your very, very best friend if you have small kids. Now, what I won't do is I'm not going to go over this. You guys can take this home and read it. Great reading material. But if you're going through here and if you see anything, again, if you see anything you want to talk about, I think that's a great thing. So now, what we got here is, we got plants from all over the world, which you guys are gonna have some in your beautiful new home. And what you have to realize is that a lot of this stuff is poison, not only to you, but to your pets.
I think we need
Oh,
more.
what is it?
We need more.
Oh, okay.
With them down there.
All right, now, I'm going to pass this out. Believe it or not, in this section back here, if you look all the way to the back, there's a creek back there and a lot of weeds. And we know there got to be some snakes living down there, right? North American snakes. And you know, even North America snakes bite a little bit. I'm gonna pass out one more poison prevention guide. Now, guys, I promise you, the poison center is the best call to make if you do have a problem. Now, see, in the poison prevention guide, they're gonna talk a little bit about the chemical use. Which one you guys looking at right now? Okay, we want to pick up the poison prevention guide because that's going to affect all of you guys. Some of you guys have little babies, and that affects you with the little ones. But everyone in here is affected by this one right here. And this right here, I want you to study this one because this one's, well, all of it's important, but even more so this one, to spend some time going over this right here. And then you guys with the smaller babies, spend some time looking at that brochure. All right, now, one other deal. Okay, where's my cool little candle over there?
Where? Oh.
All right, couple deals. I need somebody to read for me. Pass this down, all the way down. Keep going. Okay, someone with young eyes. Now, see, and you know what? It's probably cool when the ladies read that stuff. I want you where it says a harmful, beware, all that kind of cool stuff. Now, while she's looking up that, you found it already?
Where it says caution?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, read that to us.
Caution, avoid spraying in eyes, contents under pressure. Flammable, do not puncture or incinerate. Avoid fire, flame, smoking during use and until hair is thoroughly dry. Do not store at temperatures above 120 degrees Fahrenheit. Keep out of reach of children. Use only as directed. Intentional misuse by deliberately concentrating and inhaling contents can be harmful or fatal.
I mean, come on, guys. You guys spray that on your hair. Is that not a whole lot of stuff in there? What? I mean, you have no idea that your whole hair will flame on just by using that. And here's the deal, because see this little cool dude right here? This is a candle. How many of you guys have these in your bathroom? Come on now, speak up. There you go down there. And spraying that stuff. I had Ella to look it up on the way over here because I forgot my figures. They said 25,000 houses a day burn because of this little baby right here, this little candle. And most of it happened because you go to sleep and leave it burning. I mean, Ella used these candles, and we try to be really, really careful. But guys, come on, you guys get ready to get a beautiful house. Some of you guys, two of you guys already got your houses done. And last thing we want to do is have some insignificant little guy like this create a problem for you guys. So anyway, come on now. All right. How do we do? What? Any of you guys have anything? All right. One last thing then. All you guys that have kids, you need to have. Do you guys remember that little goofy thing they used to do? Stop, drop, and roll, and that sort of thing. You guys need to have that with your kids, because I promise you, it does work. It is important. So have that with your kids, and also, you guys that got kids. You guys that's gonna have kids, have that discussion with your kids. Where do we meet if we have a fire? Because what happened, kids gets up, runs out the house, go to your neighbor's house, knocks on the door. You get up, you're looking for your kid, you can't find, you go back in. So have that conversation with your kids, stop, drop, and roll, and also have the conversation with them about where do we meet. And talk to them about fire safety, because you guys already know this stuff. Everything we went over, I promise you, you've heard it at some point or another, and you do need to understand that it's not going to always be on Channel 2. It's going to happen in our community. to our neighbors. So please be aware of that. Look at this material. You have any questions, feel free to ask. And you guys live right here in Conroe. If you guys have any problems or questions, stop by the fire station, talk to those guys. That's what they there for. They would love to have you come in and visit with them. So anyway, all right. If we have anything, we done. Now, I need y'all to give me a big old hand. Come on. All right. Okay, thank you guys so much. I actually enjoyed spending time with you guys. So, no more questions. We are done.
Thank you.